Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Let's talk about two new Xpring investments. That's Ripple's Xpring initiative, which will ultimately, I believe, bode well for the price of XRP and also adoption of Interledger protocol. Now, Interledger, of course, is quite important because as Interledger is adopted, I think that will also help the price of XRP, and it is specifically because it will result, I believe, in the additional adoption of XRP, because as it turns out, XRP is a gosh darn good way of moving money around the planet. How about that? So I've got this piece here. Ripple Xpring invests in cybersecurity startup Keyless, $2.2 million seed funding. I've also got this article. Ripple Xpring acquires Strata Labs to develop Interledger network. I got a couple tweets from XRP community members. One of them definitely made me chuckle, and I had to retweet with not one, not two, but 3 laughing emojis. Yeah, it's funny. It made me giggle like a little girl. And then we've got, to wrap up the video, Craig Wright says he has no funds for settlement in Kleiman case. Oh, that Craig Wright, aka Fake Toshi. Gotta love this stuff. Now, before we get going here, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, you definitely came to the right spot, because this is indeed an XRP-centric channel where I've been talking on the latest XRP Ripple developments and other developers building on top of the XRP ledger, talking about that every day. Go ahead and subscribe. Treat yourself, girl. You deserve it. So let's hop into the first piece here. Ripple's Xpring acquires Strata Labs to develop Interledger network. Ripple Xpring invests in new startup that is focused on building out the Interledger infrastructure. Ripple's investment arm Xpring has just announced the acquisition of Strata Labs, a little-known startup that works on the development of the Interledger protocol network. That's ILP, of course. Strata Labs is run by Austin King and Dino Rodriguez, which definitely sounds like a made-up name, but I freaking love it. I wish my name were Dino Rodriguez. Two visionaries who started working on their first cryptocurrency startup while still at school. The two created a new company that would allow them to unlock the whole potential of the ILP network. And here's a quote now. Eventually, Austin and Dino decided to dedicate their time to building ILP infrastructure through Strata Labs, a startup focused on building infrastructure and real utility at the intersection of fintech and cryptocurrencies, which we invested in alongside General Catalyst and others. Right? And then the piece states, following the acquisition, the two-strong team will be moving to Xpring's San Francisco-based office. The blockchain agnostic protocol was, it's more than just that. By the way, it's not just blockchain agnostic, because again, it is truly about interoperability, but not specifically with blockchains, just with ledgers in general. It can be traditional ledgers, it can be blockchain. If it's a ledger, blockchain basically is a ledger, right? Reasonably stated, right? It can all interoperate. So anyway, the blockchain agnostic protocol was created by former Ripple CTO Stefan Thomas to connect multiple blockchain transactions for seamlessly transferring money. And again, that's not literally true. It's close, not just for blockchains, but for connecting ledgers of all sorts. So anyway, as reported by You Today, Xpring also bought Equilibrium Connect at the beginning of August in order to streamline the adoption of Interledger. Now, it plans to open source Strata's proprietary code to allow developers to work on their own projects on the ILP network. And here's a quote. This demonstrates yet another way that Xpring, the open platform for money, is providing developers with the tools, services, and programs to make it easier to build on the XRP ledger and to leverage ILP to realize the Internet of Value. And this is absolutely crucial. And that's why, I am always happy. Whatever Ripple is doing, I trust that they are being good stewards of the XRP ecosystem. And so when the Xpring Initiative is investing in something that is directly related to XRP, super duper. If it's ILP, I think that's fantastic too, because I know that's good for XRP. And if they're investing in something that is seemingly unrelated, just understand that Ripple has stated, Brad Garlinghouse has stated, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has stated that they want the entire asset class and the entire blockchain industry to find success by and large. They think that will be good for them. Brad has stated, even in recent interviews, that when other when other blockchain-focused entities, when their business models fail, he says, he has quite blatantly stated, that is not good for Ripple. That is basically how he said it. I'm not. It's not an exact quote. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it's very close to that. He said that is not good for Ripple. So understand that as they're investing through the Spring Initiative, whether it's something directly in XRP, which fine is our favorite, I get that. It makes a lot of sense if there's real utility to be used with XRP and whatever the investment is. Okay, most exciting. Second most exciting, ILP, because it's good for XRP2. And then third, something else in blockchain. I still insist it's good, and there's a bigger plan for most of these investments that we're just not privy to all the information anyway. But I don't think these are stupid people. I don't think everything they're investing in is going to succeed. There's just no freaking way. Law of averages, man, it's just not happening. But some of these things are going to stick. Some of these things are going to have tremendous staying power for decades to come. And some of these use cases are extremely valuable. That's true too. And so I don't care as an XRP investor. I don't care that I want everything to succeed, but that's a pie in the sky fake world that's not going to happen. As much as that would be super duper, I don't care if some of these fail. In terms of like my confidence in investing in XRP or the ecosystem, I think a lot of these things are just not going to pan out. But you don't need a ton of them to pan out. You need some of them to stick, and the market will figure this all out over time. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the next piece here. Ripple Spring invests in cybersecurity startup Keyless, $2.2 million seed funding. I'm telling you, Spring, man, they're just investing in everything, snatching up companies and investing. Cybersecurity startup Keyless has reportedly received $2.2 million in seed funding to expand a security product that unlocks access to users' private keys with encrypted biometric data. Now that, to me, sounded freaking cool. So we'll see. I don't know what the other implications are in terms of like how secure all of this is after reading through this article a little bit earlier today, but it sounds pretty awesome. Anyway, the investors included Gumi. I guess that's how you say that. Gumi. We'll just say Gumi. Maybe it's Gummy. Should I say Gummy? And I feel like if it's gummy, there should be at least 2 of the letter M in that word. So I'm going to say Gumi. Gumi Crypto's Capital, as well as Ripple Spring, Blockchain Valley Ventures, and Lunex. On this note, Keyless co-founder and CTO Pello Gasti said, quote, "We don't want the network to spy on user biometrics. This way, the authentication happens right there and wasn't just a session replay of a previous authentication." According to reports, the cybersecurity firm has finished beta testing and integrations with 2 crypto wallet customers for its first product, the Keyless Authenticator. Agasti cited that the authentication technology is said to protect personal data across cloud, mobile, and Internet of Things technology. And this is one of those things, like I was citing when I was covering that last article in this video, this is one of those things where it's not specifically related to XRP, but there's a bigger plan that we don't fully understand. I'm sure, because again, we're not privy to all of the insights that Ripple employees actually have and the investors making this, but it's about the entire asset class. It's about the adoption of this, and they must think ultimately that this type of adoption would be good for XRP and ILP, or they wouldn't be doing it, right? And it doesn't mean they're going to be right about everything, but the point is, are there good intentions? Are they, by and large, making good decisions? Are they being good stewards of the XRP ecosystem? And to me, so far as I can tell, the answer is yes on all fronts. In addition to Spring Senior VP Ethan Beard highlighted that Ripple Spring invested in Keyless because of its potential for adoption in multiple industries, especially crypto. And he added, quote, "During our technical review, we found Keyless's solution to be clever and well thought out. We believe Keyless's solution will be particularly welcomed by wallet providers and exchanges to accelerate the verification process for crypto holders." Then the piece wraps up by stating, "Using secure multi-party computation, Keyless allows the user to split up encrypted parts of biometric information, their face, voice, or fingerprint, as well as encrypted parts of a machine learning algorithm that identifies that information and sends the encrypted details to multiple nodes. The nodes are run by the user and companies on the Keyless network." Fascinating. How about that? Blockchain technology has utility. Even if the blockchain utility in question doesn't require a native digital asset. How about that? Still cool stuff. All right, take a look. This is a tweet from fellow XRP YouTuber DM Logic, who doesn't post as much as he used to, but I like this guy. He tweeted out, "Traded some dormant capital sitting in my personal Nostro account for more XRP. I really meant to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Moon Lambo ain't stopping. I'll tell you what, I'm disciplined as it comes to the buying and selling of XRP, and so I do purchase XRP on a daily basis, and I don't sell. I am a hodler of XRP. Because I just, to me, it just makes sense to do that, because I just think that by and large humans haven't figured out. I feel like the price is not, I don't know, you could look at it a couple different ways. So as it pertains to the value versus price, because value and price of XRP, two very different things. And you could make a case, I suppose, that because there's only so much adoption of XRP that that's why the price is low. But I also are thinking, I'm thinking, like, where this is going as utility continues to increase, if it goes the direction we're thinking, like the price of XRP is nowhere near what it should be if it goes where I suspect things will indeed be going, and as more speculators and institutional investors jump on board and figure all this out. But as a result, for me, that's the reason that I am absolutely happy to hold, and I don't know what it makes. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how long is it going? Like, what is your target? Where do you want XRP to get to? Where you'll be like, yes, I was right, and it did what I thought it would do, and now I'm going to unload some or all of my XRP. Like, what is that number for you? Do you have a number? Have you made that decision? I'm sure some people have thought through an exit strategy and this and that, or at least over time, de-risking as it makes logical sense to do so. Now for me, I don't know all the specifics. To be honest, I haven't figured all that out for myself, but I will say that I'm never going to sell all of my XRP, because this is just too fun. I want to hold a ton of it, like a huge ton. I'm talking in terms of percentage of what I have right now. I want to hold a notably large percentage of that, even if I do sell some over time, because I want to have this like 30 years from now and just see what it looks like. To me, that would be a freaking blast. So that's what I'm going for. We'll see how this all unfolds, though. I don't know what the timeline looks like. I don't make price predictions, and of course, none of that's financial advice. I'm just saying what I think. Check out this tweet from Ken Melendez. This is the one that made me retweet it with not one, not two, but 3 laughing emoji faces. I thought it was funny anyway. So check this out. This is Ken Melendez. He's the one that's creating he's writing an XRP book. Awesome stuff. We're very much looking forward to that. And so he tweeted out, "Someone asks me what I do." He responds, "I'm a blogger." Their response, "Oh, nice. You get paid for that?" And then Ken writes, "Yes. Coil is a web monetized platform that streams micropayments of XRP to my wallet via Interledger protocol." And then it shows them, and it's just this little like straight-faced emoji, and that like, what the hell what words did you just communicate to me? They do not make sense. That is gibberish. Like that's what the emoji there is expressing right there. I liked it, so I had to retweet with 3 laughy emojis. That's the degree to which I thought it was funny. That's it. All right, let's hop into the next piece now. Cointelegraph. Craig Wright says he has no funds for settlement in Kleiman case. The latest court documents in the David Kleiman versus Craig Wright case filed on November 1st reveal that Wright, the self-proclaimed Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto, aka Fake Toshi, I added that anyway, informed the plaintiff that he could not finance a 500,000 Bitcoin settlement. Given that the case was apparently reaching a solution with the agreement, the plaintiff stopped active litigation and focused on settlement, joining Wright's request to extend the deadline into October. Then Wright allegedly broke the settlement agreement. Here's a quote. "On October 30th, without any advance notice, plaintiffs were informed Craig could no longer finance the settlement and was breaking the non-binding settlement agreement." You know what, man? If only he had those keys for was it like the 1 million Bitcoin that's in his private wallet? If only, right? The given document is the plaintiff's expedited motion to depose out-of-state witness. The deposition explains that in September, the plaintiffs discussed a settlement with Wright, noting that his claims implied he had the means to cover the costs. And so there you go. Tough times for Craig Wright. We all shed a tear for you. That's it for this video. I'm not a financial video. What the hell did I just say? Okay, that's true. I'm not a financial video. Jesus. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo!